Something you'll never see me in is a hand-built plane.
No.
Like from a kit.
What
Like
if
the
you
one
built
that's
it
at
yourself?
the Missouri History Museum from Lindbergh. No thanks.
Yeah.
Well,
What
I
if you
guess
built it yourself.
I guess every plane you fly in is somewhat hand-built. I mean, hands have been on it.
Yeah.
I'm talking like a plane out of a kit.
Like a wooden plane.
I don't know what kind of plane this was, but the headline, fertility doctor accused of using own sperm dies in crash of hand-built plane. And I saw that headline. I go, ooh, I'm curious.
A lot going on.
A lot going on in this. There's a lot going on in that one headline. Fertility doctor accused of using own sperm dies in crash of hand-built plane.
Well, see, he built that. That's weird. It seems like he's pretty good with his hands.
A New York fertility doctor who was accused of using his own sperm to impregnate several patients died over the weekend when the hand-built airplane he was in fell apart mid-flight and crashed. Yikes.
Yikes.
Yikes. And they kind of describe how the plane came apart.
I'm imagining like a cartoon, you know, like it just all starts to.
And the guy's just holding onto the steering,
Yeah. Steering wheel.
the steering
One little
wheel
nail
of the plane.
slowly pops off, and then another little nail, and yeah.
I have a feeling I know what he used for glue.
Oh, no.
Dr. Morris Wortman, 72 of Rochester, was a passenger in the experimental aircraft that went down Sunday in a pasture in Orleans County. The pilot, Earl Luce Jr. of Brockport, also was killed. The crash of the aircraft, identified by the NTSB as a Whitman W5 Buttercup airplane. Look what that is. A Whitman W5 Buttercup airplane.
It looks handmade. It's not far from the Spirit, that's for sure.
So like something like Lindbergh flew.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Whitman W5 Buttercup airplane.
Man, Buttercup.
Like, I feel like there's people fly these over in Illinois. Like, you go over Bluff
Yeah.
Road, there's a little airport over there.
This is what you think. This is exactly what I think of when I hear somebody
Yeah.
made their own plane with a kit.
I ain't getting in.
And for the most part, I'm sure they're probably okay.
Yeah, and I see these all the time. What's that airport by 364? This is the kind of thing you see
Right.
landing and taking off, and they don't go super fast. You're usually outrunning them when they're coming down. You know what I mean? So they're probably going 50 miles an hour on the approach.
So they say preliminary findings indicate that the wings just fell off
Oh my
while
gosh!
while they were flying.
Wow. That's
And
terrible.
it
That'll
explains the
do it.
extra bolts. I didn't know where those came from.
So
Yeah, it's like when I built my my grill. I was like, "What are these extra bolts for?"
my buddy Vic just got his
Pilot's license.
his license. Yeah, and he's always flying these things, or maybe not these things, but something. And he's, I've seen some of the GoPro videos he posts, and it's incredible. And this dude, I would trust this guy because he's just like one of those guys, meticulous. He just knows his stuff. He's a passionate sort of guy. And every time he goes up, I always want to text him and say, "Hey, man."
Did you build that plane?
No, I don't think I don't think he's built it. But why not have something on your back? Why not have a parachute? I know it sounds like silly, and all the pilots are probably laughing at me right now. But if I ever were to do this,
Like in this kind of plane?
in that type of plane, where you have one option other than
'cause
landing,
I think and
Maybe you're not high enough for a parachute to even
right.
deploy.
So you
What?
So you first try to
30 feet.
save the plane.
I don't think it works like that.
I'm just saying, dude.
Like you try to save the plane because you just don't want the plane going down.
Is that part of the responsibility?
What's
I guess?
safer? Bailing out at the first sign of trouble and then having the plane
Hit a
fall
house.
where it may?
Yeah, of course not. But I'm just saying, like, if, I'm going in there. If Vic takes me up, and I'm going
In a
in one of
Buttercup.
those in a Buttercup,
And the wings fall off.
I want something on my back. I want to hook up like a C-47, like in World War II. I want the clip on the line like this, and if I fall out of the plane, for God's sakes, it's a chute just deploys. I'm not going in one of those
C-130s
yeah.
are pretty high, though. I don't know how high these go.
without some silk on my back.
And you're making a good point. I'm not against it. That's just I'm not sure what the physics are on it.
Yeah, how high can those go? And they can't go.
Well, we're not talking about 30,000 feet, but I don't need that to fall out of a plane. I only need a few feet to fall out of a plane and have it be bad.
Cruise speed, 120
look
miles
it up,
an hour.
and I think that there's like a max altitude or minimum altitude for a parachute to deploy and
you're
slow
right.
you down.
Yeah, because by the time it grabs the
How many
air,
thousands? A few thousand feet, probably, right?
right? Because by the time it grabs the air and deploys fully,
Yeah. I feel like a lot of these had home kits or. There was a farmer where I grew up, dude, that would fly over his crops in an ultralight, which was, man, you ever seen one of those?
yeah.
95 feet.
95 feet.
So,
and you'll
so,
live.
so this says.
So that's maximum.
It's typically deployed at 4,000. The lowest recorded altitude is 800 to 1,000. That's a bad stat. It
Well,
says
listen,
right underneath it.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about base jumpers. I mean, base jumpers are jumping off.
Yeah, but they're not deploying it 100 feet off the ground.
That's what a base jumping is.
So
They also have those suits.
But they're throwing those.
Oh, you're talking about squirrel suits? No.
Yeah, but
I
they're
don't mean that.
throwing their chute.
Right. That's why I'm saying I want to C-47 on the line. You know, like in World War II, like
Yeah.
the paratroopers.
Yeah.
Like I want it clipped, so if I fall out of the plane, it's already deployed.
All I'm thinking.
You want to be parasailing behind the plane as it's in the air. So when it goes down, you just cut the cord and float down.
All I'm thinking about this story is
that makes
as these
sense.
two are in the air and the wings fall off.
Man, you're dropping like
8,000
a stone,
feet.
dude.
Around 8,000 feet is what I'm seeing.
How high these things go?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
It's high enough.
So
High
the
enough to
wings-
try it.
So the wings become detached from the fuselage. They say both wings.
Golly.
SOL.
I mean, it seems like it's one of
Wow.
those things that if a single bolt comes out, you're losing 8
Yeah.
parts, and then
'Cause that's the-
one part, next part, next part, next part.
The thing with this plane, you know, these lightweights is that they soar forever and ever, even if the engine's shut off. But when your wings aren't there, you're in serious trouble.
I know this is going to sound ridiculous, and probably again the pilots are going to scream at me for being nervous about being in a Buttercup. But I have seen those gliders, those big ass gliders, and that looks incredible. That looks like something I want to do.
The big wooden ones?
Well, I don't know, whatever they are. I'm just saying, like the big ass gliders that they pull up with these, they drag them like trailer style
Yeah,
from
yeah.
these Buttercups or whatever, and then
Let 'em go.
You know, Jimmy's just back there, just floating,
Yeah.
getting towed,
Yeah.
and then you cut the rope,
Cut the line and just glide
and
over.
you're just gliding. It seems incredible.
Yeah. I think we should all go get our license.
Which a plane? Yeah, if somebody pays for it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, these things, these Buttercups, you know, are designed. If the engine fails, they could glide,
Right,
Yeah.
but not without the wings.
right.
So that thing just probably just like a missile, just
Yep.
went down. Okay, wings of the aircraft became detached from the fuselage, fell to the ground in an orchard. The fuselage continued west for another 1,000 to 1,500 yards before crashing. This doctor was sued in 2021 by the daughter of one of his patients who became pregnant in the 80s. The lawsuit said the doctor secretly used his own sperm while telling the patient the donor had been a local medical student. I guess he wasn't lying.
He's honest.
It said the doctor kept the secret even after the daughter, his biological offspring, became his gynecology patient. Whoa. The daughter discovered that Wortman was the donor after the DNA genealogy test revealed she had at least
Dang.
9 half-siblings. The civil lawsuit, which is pending in court, said follow-up DNA testing with Wortman's daughter from his first marriage confirmed the genetic link.
Got to be honest, man. Some of these planes are not as expensive as you think they would be.
No, they're
No,
not.
dude. Well, first of all, the kit planes are super cheap. You can put these together pretty cheap.
Yeah, I'm not going up anywhere in a cheap plane.
Yeah.
Dude, this farmer,
Not selling me.
I'm not building my own plane and going up in it.
this guy did. It looked like a go-kart in the sky, dude. It was
Oh
so
yeah,
little.
I know what you're talking about.
He's just like, it's one man.
There's a guy in
It's got,
Illinois
like,
that has
glider
those.
wings. Oh yeah, this
Those
was in
are awesome.
Illinois. I mean,
Yeah,
he
and
used to-
he's
that's how
fi-
he used to glide over his crops, see if like deer were eating them or if the seeds were, because Monsanto seeds grow at a different color, and you can see it from the sky.
There's still a guy out there.
So
that does that.
Monsanto will sue you if you go and.
Oh, Danny says on the feedback says if you do 800 feet on a static line, you're still hitting the ground at 30 miles an hour.
Still might live through that though. It'll hurt.
Like you're still hit at 800 feet from a static line.
What's the static line?
That's the when
That's
you
what you're talking about.
Oh,
you-
yeah.
when you
the
did-
clip out.
clip on your parachute to the line.
Right.
You're still hitting the ground at 30 miles an hour
Wow.
at 800 feet. If Danny's number. I mean, it sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
Someone
That sounds like
also
it's going to hurt.
Someone also emailed in that the original creator of this plane died in the exact same way. Which,
With the wings
buttercup?
falling off?
The buttercup?
that's what he said. I mean, I don't have anything to back that up. I'd look it up. Somebody said
well,
the
I'm
original
imagining-
creator of the modern buttercup plane died in the exact same way.
Look at this. These like sport cruiser aircrafts. You know, the little ones that you see on like Spirit of St. Louis Airport and the one off 364, whatever that's called, 145K.
Now I'm imagining these kit
80 grand for this plane right here.
These kit planes come with a little Allen wrench.
And this isn't even a kit plane. The kit planes are like half
Allen
price.
wrench.
Look at that one. It lands on the water, dude.
Yeah, dude,
That
that
would be
looks
awesome.
sick.
The Icon A5, yeah.
Yeah, that's a call for price.
That's a call for price. You can't afford it.
Well, I'm
Those
just
are
saying
so
that
cool.
the next one down, 2016, this isn't too all that different, 180 grand. I mean, listen, I thought these things would be a lot more.
Yeah, how many IKEA boxes does that come in? With a little Allen wrench. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.